I'm running out of time, every day goes by so fast. And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars. The most of this night, come on baby, take my hand. And we don't need to do the things we don't want to do.
Coming into the competition after a long break and showing us that they will maintain that champion position. Rexy, he's not gonna give up. It's do or die. He makes himself known. And Amaterasu with the finishing blow. Velocity Gaming, they are your champions of the TEC Challenger Series 4.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the LG Ultragear TEC Challengers 5, powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD, with AFK Gaming as our media partner. I'm C. I'm going to be your host and caster for this series, joined by Aggressive on the mic, and we are here bringing to you the upper bracket quarterfinals. It's the time of that tournament. We're here in the best of three series, the best of the best, ready to duke it out.
Best of the best is what we are bringing as well. It is going to be Aya Gaming going up against the tried and true favorites being Godlike Esports. Let's go over to the map veto screen. While we do talk a lot about this matchup coming out, Aya Gaming, these guys, they came out of the blue and now they're in the quarterfinals as well. See, you have to say that this team has a lot of potential in them.
Yeah, IR Gaming, they've shown us that they're a team that really understands each other very well and are willing to play on each other's strengths and weaknesses to together come through as a very strong package. But Godlike Esports, they're a team that is contesting straight for that championship itself, bringing in Deathmaker to make themselves a serious force to be reckoned with. It's going to start off on the map of Split. Now, Split, I feel like, is inherently Godlike's best map as a whole because of the fact that Shivi gets to shift to his usual breach. We know that he's very good on that breach, and we know that he can be extremely important to his team's success. Now, for the other thing that I'm looking out for, it's gonna be DM on that raise. We haven't got to see him play that a lot, and I'm expecting him to pull out the raise here. So I'm curious to see how proficient he is because we've seen him on the Reyna, we've seen him on the Phoenix. Now it's time to show his proficiency with that last standing raise in that duelist role.
Him feeling the duelist role just adds another dynamic layer to the entire package. First of all, you have the Shivy and Knight Rider combo, and then there is DM. He's like, I see head, I tap. That's basically what the entire composition is gonna be. Knight Rider is gonna be just tapping heads himself, and then there's DM in the backline being like, hey, don't forget about me. They look at Knight Rider, and the DM just comes in and just taps 3 heads. Everyone's just gone. Knight Rider taps 2, and the other team members are like, bro, we need some kills as well. Give us something here. That is how mainly the split composition is going to be working out because the breach allows for such big entry potential, especially when it comes to heaven control, B side executes, or A side executes, where the flashes can go through walls, flash the entirety of the back of side while using the breach flash up, as well to clear out the copies deep inside of A. All of these factors are going to be coming into play when you're looking at such a hyper aggressive composition. And when you have that raise, you can just flush out corners as well, just as good as the breach.
Yeah, the breach in general, one of the best agents to be used on this map, and you can see exactly why. Both of these teams, they've gone for the exact same composition. When it comes to this stage in the tournament, we get to see this a lot. Most teams pick up on what is the general meta of the tournament and are able to follow through by bringing to us these identical compositions. Now, it's going to be Godlike starting on the attack and Aya Gaming on the defense. Aya Gaming, they're going for that B garage push. Both of the duelists looking for Scargod. Will they find him? Instead, Scargod with a beautiful paranoia will take Titan down. And on the other side, Badlight finds the train onto DM. But Scargod holding it down in garage. Finds a couple. Stacked really low by Pokey though. Knight Rider there to back him up. And that's Scargod. Causing a lot of pressure down at B garage. Basically helping Godlike secure this round for themselves. Now going for that B plant.
This is what happens when the B-side execute is coming into play. You cannot really play aggressive versus a breach.
Spike planted.
Yeah, I mean, the breach is one of the hardest agents to try and sort of circumvent. You basically have to give ground to his flashes coming out and his concussive abilities. The idea being that if you're not giving ground, then you're taking that flash to your face and you're forced into a disadvantageous duel. Godlike playing that really well, because Scargod especially, that paranoia on point to get him that 1v2 duel advantage. Now, Tito, he's the last man standing. He's gonna have to go for this, but he's looking for exit frags as of now. Not gonna find any because they go for that double rush week together. And Knight Rider, I mentioned this yesterday, his ability to hit those clean headshots on the Frenzy is absolutely impeccable.
That's what you need to have when you're using the Frenzy. At these longer range duels, if you're able to hit those headshots with the Frenzy, and then it's just one more body shot to end it off in a lot of these pistol rounds, it is absolutely insane how much value it brings down to the table. Having almost a having a pseudo rifle in a way to work out in a lot of these early rounds, early pistol rounds, early anti-eco rounds, is going to give you a lot of scalability into the second round, and then you can buy yourself a gun in the third round as well. Sorry, all of these factors do come into play. And here we are seeing Godlike bring it out into fruition. But still, this is going to be a heavy mid stack coming out from the side of Aya Gaming. They're trying to hold down, but the push is going to be coming in soon. Shivy, he knows exactly what's up. He's just jiggling around the corner. Spotted out one member, doesn't know that there's two others still waiting for them on the heaven side. No site execute has been done just yet, and the backup is going to be arriving. Aya Gaming. They're waiting to see if they can catch Godlike off guard, but Godlike, they're like, nah, we smell something coming up. We're not going to be going mid whatsoever.
Yeah, this is something that we've grown to expect. An eco round rush, even from the defenders, very standard. Godlike, they understand this, refusing to go towards that mid side, expecting the same. Now with the smokes towards CT and the paranoia coming out, they're going for that rush into B side. They're gonna pick up the first few kills with White House and Shivy getting on board. But Batman able to find one, Titan with another. The Aya getting a couple of guns for themselves. But White Horse, Scargod, and Knight Rider, they clean it up and secure that second round for Godlike Esports. A 2-0 lead for Godlike Esports, but a decent eco round for Aya Gaming. Now they have to carry over the little bit of damage they've done from the second round into this third round where they have the buys, and Godlike, they're going to be carrying over a couple Spectres over instead. So Aya, with a slight advantage in weaponry, they have to make it work because, especially on the defensive side, you cannot afford to give a team like Godlike a 3-round advantage.
Split, in my personal opinion, I stated to you this before, is a very attack-favored map when you do have the breach in your favor. But at the same time, it can be defense-favored if the team knows how to exactly execute it. It's going to be Knight Rider immediately going up for his signature dash up onto A ramp to try and force off the rotations from the side of Aya Gaming. And this has seemingly worked out in their favor because multiple members have left onto this B side, but Tito, he's playing it smart. He's going in for the flag, and it's like the Knight Rider going in for the swing. He gets that one clean headshot onto Sahil to take him down. One member did go down, but Pokies, he answers back with his own onto Cargo to take him out in that kind of situation. This is going to be evening up the playing field just a little bit, but Pokies, he's been tagged down super low. Knight Rider still doesn't have a dash. He cannot go in for the dash play just yet. One member sitting behind the side. It is going to be Batman needing to find two. Titan answers back as well with his own leading Deathmaker in a very sticky situation in a 1 versus 4. It's not going to be enough. And ladies and gentlemen, that was an amazing round coming out from the side of Aya Gaming to get that flank off, to get the opening, to get the inside frags that Batman played. He waited until he knew for a fact that the team was going to be slowing down. Then he went for the peek, and he found a perfect execution in that kind of scenario.
Push from Tito, especially in that round with the support of Pokezi. Tito pushing in through Garage to catch out Shivy and White Horse in that mid area, force them to funnel onto that A side into the loving hands of Titan, who's just waiting behind the corner in that A side, waiting in the back of the side, able to pick up multiple kills with Batman to secure that round for Aya. Tito, he once again goes for the aggressive push down B Garage, but this time Godlike expecting it. They're able to find the trade onto him. But now Titan holding it down from B Heaven, he's able to take down Knight Rider and get the advantage for Aya Gaming. Godlike, this is they have invested in this round, so they need to try and make it work because otherwise the eco gonna really start hurting for them. Now Aya, the scoreline is even. Sorry, the agents are even for both of the teams here, and you can see Godlike, they're looking to exploit that by pushing into B side. None of Aya on the side just yet, waiting in this engagement, go for the double peek, but the double peek countered by Godlike's own Deathmaker and Scargod. They pick up the kills. It's gonna be all up to Batman in this 1v3 situation.
He's trying to hold it down, but Batman in this 1 versus 3, knowing for a fact that the entirety of Godlike are in such a good scenario on their side as well, he's gonna be having a pretty hard time, and it's gonna be Deathmaker going in for the jiggles with White Horse on his side. The Deathmaker with his trusty steed being White Horse coming in massive in that side, and they do win this force fire round coming out from them, and that is going to be a huge repercussion for the side of Aya Gaming because now their economy is going to be taking a massive hit because they had to buy multiple guns in the last round as well.
Yeah, Aya Gaming going down in that round, Godlike securing a thrifty, meaning Aya Gaming forced onto a difficult situation in the next round where they have to either go for the eco or go for forced buys with light shields themselves. As you can see, 3 light shields coming out with the Phantoms and Vandos and 1 Spectre coming out to get the full shields through. Aya Gaming now they're on the back foot and they have to make Godlike pay and try to find tendencies they can punish. Tito once again going for this B Garage push, and Scargod, he's expecting it, able to just take him out I like the push in the second round, but when you do it again and again, it becomes a little predictable, especially for a team like GODLIKE, and GODLIKE able to once again punish Aya Gaming for it. Now, having got that pick for themselves, GODLIKE, they're gonna maintain their spread out position, look for more before they rotate and commit to his side. Knight Rider, with the help of the Breach Flash, gonna pick up one, but Badman from Wentz picks up two more, and Pasha will answer back as well. That's the neural theft coming out for Aya Gaming, and all the information about the positioning of ScarGod and Whitehouse in their hands.
Argot does have an ultimate though, so he can actually make a rotation play if he wants to, but Badman, he's playing it smart. He's chilling out on the Vents angle, not really going anywhere just yet. He's playing the big mind games with Aya Gaming, knowing for a fact that they have a lot of time sitting on the clock, but if they go down onto this B side, it's where an entire army awaits them, being the side of
30 seconds left.
Sahil and Pokies. Just waiting it out, seeing what they can find. 26 seconds left on the clock. They need to start making their move right now. As ScarGod, he does have the paranoia in hand, so he needs to opt to use it real soon. 18 seconds left on the clock, and I love the patient play coming out from the side of Aya Gaming, not making a single bit of noise, but already some
10
form of
seconds
information has been found. Marshall, he's gonna be getting caught out, but ooh, a disgusting play coming out from him. He's gonna be able to find two as well. One on the ScarGod, one on the Whitehorse, and a beautiful execution round coming out from the side of Aya Gaming to stop any sort of a push that GODLIKE had brought down to them in that side.
Really well played by Aya Gaming in that round. Badman especially playing that Vents angle after having set up his utility all over A, basically securing A side for himself and picking up that double kill for his team through that Vents, making sure that it's Aya Gaming with the advantage. And then Pasha, as you said, a disgusting flick coming out there to pick himself up those two kills and move for Aya Gaming at 2 and 3 now. Now for GODLIKE, this is their chance to really take the economy in their favor, because we've seen this a lot in these close matches. Aggressive back and forth rounds, they tend to hurt the economy of both the teams, but where the onus usually lies is the team that won the last round, and right now it is Aya Gaming. They'll have that extra bit of comfort, but not too much. They need to find a couple of rounds back-to-back succession to be able to make it stabilize and get that huge advantage for them. Pasha trying to do just that. He'll pick up that kill towards Rams, now looking towards Wentz and Shitty taking him down, and a really fast push through Wentz coming out for GODLIKE, but Badman able to hold down A-Heaven. He'll pick up a couple. DM answers back onto Badman, but not before Badman got the advantage for Aya. It's just DM and ScarGod in a 2v3 situation to try and finish this round off for GODLIKE Esports.
They're both down in the side though, and they don't really have a postman situation on their side to work with, but what they do have is this showstopper available. They're trying to do what they can from their sides. DM, he's golden, going in for the fast peek to see what he can find, but Tito doesn't get taken out. But DM, you want him in these clutch situations, in his 1v2s, in a lot of these scenarios. He's gonna be going in for the peek. He doesn't find the one on the Titan, and Titan's the one to get the headshot instead. That was a beautiful play coming out from the side of DM to use the cover fire so he can get down into the side, but the crosshair placement was just not there in that kind of scenario. Too much pressure, and DM just cracked a little bit under it. Was not going to be able to find that kill, while Titan got it instead. But a beautiful run nonetheless coming out from the side of Aya Gaming. The way they shut down their defense while having the while using the showstopper as well to take away this round, they're cementing their lead when it comes to the terms of economy. And even if they do use an ultimate, they're forcing GODLIKE into an eco. That is where they're going to be winning out in this next round.
I simply cannot give enough praise to Badman. You can see once again, he's a top fragger for this team. Consistently, this guy playing the Cypher, he's able to pick up so many frags, utilizing his game sense to perfection to make sure that he understands where they're likely to come. Once again, it's Badman picking up that first blood, securing that advantage for Aya Gaming. What a transition it has been for him, shifting from the Rat Syndicate to this new team in Aya Gaming, and really thriving in this new team, showing exactly what his potential is and showing what he can do with the right teammates and the right mindset. Now Shivi pushing through Rams, he's gonna find the first kill, and the rest of his team coming through Wentz. GODLIKE going for that ace side aggressive push. Badman, he's holding down Heaven solo, but now his team's starting to come to back him up. Maybe GODLIKE, they take this as a cue to rotate towards B side, because B side completely open. They will do just that, looking for the rotate. Badman going for the push though, will get caught out by Deathmaker, and that should give a cue to GODLIKE to just move into A. But PokiZ, what a shot by PokiZ. Picks picks up that kill onto Shivi, makes it even on the scorecard for GODLIKE and Aya Esports.
30
A
seconds
double
left.
satchel in, the Shadow step in, and that's GODLIKE Esports with the A-side control, looking for the plant.
It did it once again, ladies and gentlemen. A-side control has been established, but will the post plans be happening instead this time around? Deathmaker once again does still have his showstopper to try and make something work. He's jiggling out this corner, trying to get as much information as possible, but Titan, he gets caught up by the lurker.
I know exactly.
Whitehorse knows for a fact that the two members are chilling up onto the back end. Deathmaker, he tries to go in for the spray onto the two, but it's not gonna be enough as Tito comes out on top in that engagement, being able to take out multiple, giving Pokies defuse as well, and the Rolling Thunder is available in CA. I don't need to tell you what happens when you have the Rolling Thunder on the defensive side of Split when it comes to mid control.
You usually expect to see those aggressive pushes, but you can also end up saving it to try and go for the retakes. And talking about retakes, a beautiful one executed by Aya Gaming. I honestly thought with Whitehorse's positioning in that round, the fact that he's able to pick up that kill onto Titan, it was done and dusted for Aya, but they go in beautifully through the site. Poki Z and Tito collaborating really well. Tito especially expecting that Whitehorse push from heaven through the communication from his teammate, able to get the kill onto Whitehorse, and then with Poki Z push into site and get the round lead now for themselves. Aya Gaming doing really well against the odds and now going for that B garage push. Tito, he gets one, but Shivi and Skullgod make them pay. They get two more back, and that's GODLIKE with the advantage. It's been back-to-back rounds so far, so both of the teams still able to afford almost full buys, more or less. So it's just gonna come down to the proper execution, and in every round we see a team come out with a different style, a different approach, and that execution of that style and approach is what ends up getting the team there round. Now, GODLIKE, they got a couple picks towards B side. They went for the rotate towards A, but as soon as they realized that Batman's still waiting towards the A side, now once again making their way towards B and mid. And this is where I have to praise Aya Gaming, because the patience and the discipline to hold on to their positions, not make any unnecessary rotate, it pays off here. Pasha with the kill, and now the Rolling Thunder coming out for GODLIKE, and the counter Rolling Thunder coming out for Aya Esports. Both of the teams throwing their ultimates at each other, but it's GODLIKE with the advantage. Aya, though, they get the trade, so it's still 32 on the map. Now Shivi, he'll go for the side control, looking for the spike plant, but Aya, they know exactly where they are, and the positioning of Batman here will be absolutely huge. Batman on the flank.
He's going on that flank side, but it seems as though Scargot, his spidey sense is tingling. He's going in for the back end plays. He's gonna be finding one onto Shivi. It's gonna be Scargot getting onto Pokey, sorry. While Shivi does go down to the hands of Batman, but in this kind of situation, it's as though pros don't think, and there's not really enough time, and a beautiful play coming out from the side of Batman to hold that defuse, using the Cyber Cage's time to perfection to take that round away. That was a beautiful play coming out from the side of Aya Gaming, and also Nerves of Steel from the side of Batman as well.
We saw a similar play, a similar opportunity yesterday in the match between Reckoning and Tryouts, and we were talking a lot about how important it is once you put that cage up to just go for it, especially when you don't have the time. Batman's like, I'm just gonna go for it. I heard the Omen ultimate. I know that he's likely to have rotated from the CT to the garage area, and he's not gonna run through. If he does run through, I'll hear his audio cues. Goes for that quick diffuse, able to pull it all the way through. Get the round for Aya, even though it looked like it was set in stone for GODLIKE. Now GODLIKE, they're angry, they're going for that fast execute down at Ace. DM picking up the first kill, and now GODLIKE already with side control, looking for the plant. They will get the plant through, but in a very safe position, so there is no specific post-plant plan here. They'll have to try and find the kills for themselves on the territory, but already Aya moving on the retake. It's Pasha finding the first two kills. Paranoia coming out for GODLIKE though, not able to get the kill on the Blade Storm wielding Jet. Instead, Scar got left in a sticky situation with the grenades coming through. Can't do much, and it's Aya on the retake, able to take the control, and Aya with now a 3-round lead in this matchup. Aya playing beautifully here.
Their defensive rounds are just so incredible to look at, and that just goes to show what kind of a composition that they are playing and why they're able to take the one up against the side of GODLIKE Esports. They're constantly switching up their playstyles, constantly switching up their retake scenarios. Normally you don't see a team take ramp control when they're going in for this retake, but knowing for the fact that this was a rush execute, they actually opted to go for RAM control first, knowing that the breach and the raise will likely play off-site because of the ultimates that they do have available, one of their utility, as they can give a lot more support in those kind of scenarios. And Deathmaker, him not being able to use a showstopper for this long is what's going to be hurting a lot in the long run, because you always want to cycle your economy as much as possible. And again, we're seeing a fast execute come out from the side of GODLIKE, and Batman, he's always the first to get those kills, but Deathmaker, he answers back as quickly as possible in every single time when it comes to the trades.
Maker answering back, and GODLIKE on this fast execute this time actually able to secure an advantage. Now yeah, they're down a man, but they have this slightly better weaponry, so we'll see if they can go push for the retake in this 3v4 situation. Shivi, though, he's expecting this Rams control, this flank to come through, and he's waiting on his own backstab. He's gonna find one. Can he find another? Will not be able to. Pasha able to get the play, and now Pasha pushing in. Skargod, though, he has the information from Shivi on where to expect Pasha, able to pick up the kill, and now use the shot step to reposition himself, leaving Tito in this 1v3 situation. GODLIKE, they're just gonna look to push out to the side, and Tito looking for the exit frags, he's able to get one, but Skargod able to answer back, and now push GODLIKE Esports to this 4 score line. Now aggressive, 6-4 on the map. As you said earlier, we generally feel that when a team has breach, and considering that both of these teams have breach, the attacking side is where they will be slightly favored. Obviously, this changes from team to team and their tendencies as to where they prefer to play, the style in which they prefer to play. So we'll have to see if GODLIKE able to find their strength in defense, because right now, Aya at 6, even if they pick up 1 or 2 rounds, it will be huge for them. For now, it's Aya forced onto an eco, and GODLIKE with a chance to finish it all off. Skargod with 13 kills, especially doing really well here for GODLIKE. We'll see if he can do even better. And now Aya going for the eco rush, they just get caught out by GODLIKE.
That was a beautiful play coming out from the side of Deathmaker to shut down to a Knight Rider. He finds one on the Batman as well, going on to a sneaky corner, but the corner is not going to be as sneaky if you try and do it over and over again. Knight Rider not being able to dash into his own smoke just yet, but actually probably went in for the fake dash to try and make one of the members think that he's actually going in, but at the same time he's not. And Deathmaker, he's making the 5-head play. He knows for a fact that one person's going to be going in for the rotation play. Deathmaker, he's playing the jiggles. He's wasting the time on Pokies for as long as he can, but the running gun is a bit too strong in that kind of scenario. Deathmaker, he does get hit in the head, and he's going to be like, okay, I'm not going to deal with this guy. This guy is dangerous. But he's trying to fight him for as long as he can. But Deathmaker, he's playing with fire. He only has 19 HP. But when you have 19 HP, that's all you're going to be needing. As he gets a cheeky angle onto Pokies to take him out. And that's going to be leaving poor old Tito in a 1 versus 4 situation moving forward.
He's lonesome down at screens. The way White showing him the exit and finding the last kill,
round in
making it up for themselves, making it 6-5 on that scoreboard. Now, Aya, they went for the eco in that last round, so you will see that op coming through for this final round. So I'm curious to see how Pasha manages to make this work. He's going for that mid control, but right now only DM looking towards that mid angle. Pasha, he needs to make this op work because it'll be instrumental to them securing a lead, and a lead would be humongous for them going into their own attacking side. Now in terms of ultimates, Deathmaker, he has his showstopper ready, White House with his neural theft, and on the other side, Badman with his own neural theft, and Titan with his showstopper.
Oh, here we go.
Titan going in with that showstopper, you'll find Deathmaker. Titan with a beautiful play to secure first blood for Ideapad Gaming. That's exactly the kind of proactivity you want to see from the race, and that's been missing from Deathmaker a little bit in this attacking half. But GODLIKE stepping up to cover up on that behalf. Skargod and White House each finding a kill. It's going to be up to Batman to hold it down, but coming up for Aya, able to deny Batman's hiding. And Shivi and Skargod now picking up kills. Beautifully executed from GODLIKE despite losing first blood.
Good half coming out from the side of GODLIKE to even up the playing fields. Even Stevens on the board indeed. It's going to be a 6-6 scoreline moving forward. And ladies and gentlemen, I do have to give the props to the side of the defense. Being Ideapad Gaming, them being able to take it so even when the attacking side composition for... I'm not talking about the attacking side composition, the attacking favorism of GODLIKE Esports. They love to attack on split, and their split executes are one of the hardest to stop. We have seen this in previous series as well, when they execute properly, and they have done so in a lot of these situations, they're able to just completely break down into a side and then plant the spike. But here is where the real fun is, because Aya Gaming, they always won on the post-plant scenarios. They were able to crack the code. Them having the same composition, they know for a fact that GODLIKE are playing similar styles, and that's how they're able to counteract their post plans with their own setups. Basically, they're getting into the heads of GODLIKE by saying like, hey, we have the same composition as you, we know where you play, so we're going to be using that against you.
I mean, it really just depends on if Aya able to sort of be as comfortable as they were on the retakes now on the attack, and if GODLIKE look better on the defense than they did on the attack, because while GODLIKE executes role looked really clean, as you mentioned, the post plans looked a bit too predictable. Aya able to take exploit that and take advantage of it. Now GODLIKE 6-6 on the map. Even Stevens, and with the exact same composition, the onus on neither team. So the team that will pick up the first advantage might just come out on top, and Aya Gaming, they're going for that fast push, looking for that. But Whitehorse with the ghost, he'll find one. Deathmaker with the grenade finds another, but not before Titan and Batman equalize it. Scargod, he'll equalizes for his own team, but Tito able to find the instant trade back, leaving Knight Rider solo man standing with that frenzy in this 1v2 situation. I think he's going for this A rotate, expecting Aya to do the same. And Aya, they're going for the slow A rotate, but they haven't done so just yet. They might just make their way back to B. Just caught between two states right now, looking to figure out what exactly would be the best approach. They have the time to do that. With just about 40 seconds left, they can choose exactly where they want to go. Aya, now they've made their way back into B. They're gonna check every single angle.
Left.
Gonna make sure that that Knight Rider not hiding in any particular spot before going for the plant. Now going for the CT plant as Batman covering that CT angle. It's Aya Gaming with a pistol round.
One thing I have to say is, do you notice how Batman moves in a lot of these gunfights? Whitehorse had no business being able to get that kill. Doesn't matter how good of an aim you have, if Batman moves like an absolute insane person, there's no way you're gonna be able to hit that. And Batman being able to hit the shots himself just goes to showcase what kind of a micro capability he has in such a scenario. Like, this shows the beauty of these players at these highest tiers. But now moving into this round is where the real fun is about to begin, because again we are seeing a fast heavy rush going down onto this B side. They're trying to hold down for as long as possible, and Batman, the entry fragger Cypher, is leading the charge.
Yeah. Now it's Aya with the advantage in terms of weaponry. For GODLIKE, they have the capability to make the eco round work, and they're going for the eco rush. Night Eye with the help of the breach able to pick up a kill, but Pasha and Titan instantly answer back with 3 more, meaning Aya now with a 2-man advantage. GODLIKE left with just Deathmaker and Shivy to try and pull something off. Deathmaker, he does have the Sheriff in his hands, so if he can find a couple one-taps, that would be absolutely humongous. But Shivy, he doesn't have any utility, so he's going to be left bare bones with just the classic, not any ability to help himself. The fault line will come through in about a few seconds though, and he should hear the audio cues if Aya choose to go for this B-side commit. They are stacking through, and I think with the paranoia coming out, they will commit fully. Now Aya Gaming walking into the hands of 3 cans. Will he find a kill? We'll find one, but will get taken out now. Deathmaker, he has both his grenade and his boombot ready. Will throw out the grenade, get a bit of damage through, but not able to get a kill just yet. Prevents the plant for a bit. Now he'll throw out the boombot, looking to find someone under heaven. But Pasha, the sneaky pace from Pasha, barely dodging out on that boombot sightline to get under the heaven angle and surprise Deathmaker secure the second round for Aya Gaming.
Marshall was really sneaky in that kind of situation. He was able to crawl under the headspace and then immediately jump onto under heaven. That is where the boombot is not going to be finding you, and Deathmaker is probably cursing him, the boombot, being like, Roomba, why are you so bad at cleaning up people? That guy was at 1 HP and you could have cleaned him up for me, and then I would have had a chance to kill the other guys. Roomba not really helping him out in that kind of situation, but still, this is going to be the gun round going out for the side of GODLIKE Esports, but still, it's going to be Deathmaker getting tagged down to 29 HP. When he tried to go in for a bit of a hyper-aggressive peek, he was able to survive, but he's like, nope, I am not peeking this ever again in my entire life.
Yeah, Deathmaker, after getting tagged out, he doesn't want to put himself in a bad situation. But this is the buy round for Godlike, and they are making it work. Night Rider picking up that first blood for his team. Now all of Aya Gaming, they've taken mid control, and they're going for that A-side push with the help of that mid control. But Night Rider holding it down, he'll find his second, not losing a single shred of HP. Night Rider coming up huge here, will use his dash to reposition himself. And now Night Rider, with the help of Scargod, will just hold down that A-side. You see, Aya Gaming, they've taken A Heaven control, but it's
One
like they
enemy
were given
remaining.
A Heaven control because Knight Rider now able to find his fourth, looking for his ace. Tito, he is in A Heaven, should get spotted out by that Boombot. Deathmaker will not wait for Knight Rider and denies that ace. But a flawless round is absolutely humongous for Godlike, denying all the weapons to Aya Gaming, making sure that they're forced to go on to an eco next round. Godlike doing brilliantly in their buy round.
That was a brilliant round coming out from them, and Knight Rider constantly shifting up his position to keep Aya Gaming guessing of where he's last gonna be. First of all, he was in Rafters, then he went down to Under Heaven, then he went back into Elbow to get that kill on the Pokies, and then he immediately made a second rotation down onto screens to get the guy on Rafters, second guy on Rafters, sorry. This guy is an absolute psychopath, and he's like a magician moving from one place to the next. But Deathmaker, he's taking the face peek again, and this is probably where it's gonna be hurting him. Getting a bit too aggressive down on the Smith side to gain a lot of information, but does get shut down. Jimmy, though, he's at the sneaking angle. He's probably gonna be able to find one kill at the bare minimum, doesn't find any, and Marshall, he's able to find one. Knight Rider goes in for the knife play, but Badman's, he's just way too quick. Leaving Scargod down in this 1-versus-4 situation, gets the first kill, but already Ditto, he being a sneaky boy, he's making his way through the market side. And I'm pretty sure that Scargod's gonna be none the wiser. Who's gonna kill it first? Is it gonna be Titan or Tito is the real question. Oh my god. Tito. He's playing the mind games with Scargod right now.
Scargod, he realizes that he doesn't have enough time, and with the fact that there's 3 members alive for Aya Gaming, all spread out in different positions, it's gonna be nearly impossible for him to go on the retake. So he'll just play it safe, go for the gun save for himself. Now this gives us the time to just take a look at the scorecard, see how all players on both sides are doing for themselves. You see Tito slowly making his way to Scargod, but Scargod, he's taken a safe position, waiting in this ramps for Tito to come through. Really good round for Aya Gaming, but I will say, Deathmaker, he can't be dying in that spot, especially when you have the Boombot or the Pain Grenade even ready. It's much better to throw out your utility and then go for the peak, or have Shivi come in to set you up for the flash, then go for the peak. Dry swinging is never gonna be a fruitful situation against a top class team like Aya Gaming. Even if you get one kill, they trade you out, and on the defense, you never want to be giving free 1v1 trades to the other team. You always want to be getting that advantage. DM going for that dry swing just ends up get caught out, and allowing B having control for Aya Gaming, able to take B side for themselves. Now in this round, it'll be Knight Rider with the up. He'll find the first kill, but Pasha immediately finds the trade back, and now Aya with the fast execute onto Godlike Esports side.
Oh my god, he survived.
Fire in the hole comes out for Titan, and as you say, Knight Rider barely surviving, will be able to get out towards the screens. Now 4v4, the spike is planted. Aya Godlike going for the retake, and Aya not able to get their good post-plant positions. Deathmaker, he'll find the kill onto Tito, and now Godlike swarming Aya Gaming from multiple angles, going in for the push. Knight Rider, he'll find the first onto Badman. Pasha finds the return, and Titan with 2 there could have been huge, but Shivi from Heaven will clean it up. That's 9-8 for Godlike Esports. Shivi should have enough time to pick up the operator as well.
That was a really well played round coming out from them. But Titan, he played a really good off angle, because as you said before, this angle that he was holding is one of the much more dangerous one-off angles, because it can work out initially, but it's not going to work out later on in a couple of the rounds because of how dangerous that site can be. But still, they were able to do a lot of damage economically, and as you said before, the op was in the favor of Knight Rider. Shivi's gonna be able to pick it up. And a really good round indeed coming out from the side of Aya Gaming, as well as Godlike Esports. But Aya Gaming, them not really having a lot of time to go into the post-plant situation, really did hurt them in that round.
Yeah, GODLIKE Esports, for them, the pace at which they were able to make it to A side and deny Aya Gaming from spreading themselves out to get to that post-plant situation was absolutely important to them going for that retake. Now Aya Gaming, they're going for the fast execute with the stemming bias coming through, but Scarcode holding it down from heaven. He'll find the first headshot, one tap with the beautiful Revis kill to secure a first blood for GODLIKE Esports. Willing, now that he's got the first blood, he's like, no problem, you take the side, you get the spike planted, we'll come back with all of our team with the advantage to go for the retake. But look at Tito here. The Tito playing the sneaky omen. He's looking for that flank. This Badman from the side finding a kill onto Scargod. Tito could absolutely decimate a GODLIKE Esports here, but not before Deathmaker pushes in. Tito will take down Deathmaker. And Titan with another, meaning it's Shivy in a 1v2 situation against Titan and PokeZ. Shivy with very little HP, he's just gonna end up going to the save. A beautiful pincer movement coming out from Aya, Tito from one side and Badman from another, meaning Aya with that fast execute making it work.
That was a beautiful round indeed coming out from the side of Aya. First of all, Tito on that lurk, he's like gonna be that sneaky omen as he stated before. He loves to sneak around and find what he can. He loves to get those cheeky kills, and that is where he shines the most. And this round just goes to showcase that I really do love the idea of Deathmaker being able to use that showstopper, but he doesn't really have a lot of backup. And Scargod, in that situation, he bit off a bit more than he could chew. Didn't really expect that Badman was going to be going in for that peak, and that really did hurt. But Tito, he's playing in a very, very predictable manner, and as soon as GODLIKE picks up on this, knowing for the fact that he loves to push up from the side of A ramps, that is when that strategy is going to be hurting the most.
Yeah, exactly, right? Because for GODLIKE, they need to find a way to make sure that they're not being predictable and try to switch up their push angles, use that
Oh
breach
my
to protect
god!
They went for the B garage push and a beautiful set of headshots from either teams, meaning it's a 1v1 trade. Deathmaker with the Sheriff is able to pick it up. But now Titan, the double satchel plays this guy makes with the showstopper. It's one to learn from. Able to now pick up yet another kill and one more to his name before Deathmaker able to shut him down. Okay. Deathmaker,
Satchel out.
just 20 HP to his name, will use the satchel pack to just get himself to his clone's body and pick up that gun for himself. The spike though, it's all the way at D and it's on that CT plant. Tito roaming in towards the screens. He'll find that kill, make it 11-8 for Aya Gaming. What a close match, but right now Aya Gaming able to secure a 3-round lead for themselves. It's gonna be up to GODLIKE to find the win streak and stop them, Aya Gaming, in their tracks. Otherwise, this team just gonna run away with it, and expecting what you can from GODLIKE, given the fact that Shivy, he's on his favored breach agent, you expect GODLIKE to be much stronger on split as compared to other maps. If Aya are able to pick up this map, we might just be looking at an upset on our hands.
Right there.
Looking at a massive upset this time because the way that they're playing a lot of these rounds, but still, it's going to be interesting to say nonetheless of how they're exactly going to be bringing it out on us. But it's going to be Ditto getting that first pick off with the... He's going to be finding that first pick off with the Shrouded Step coming out. So with the ultimate, don't mind me, I'm just having a bit of an issue with recognizing names as of right now. He's gonna get that first pick off, and multiple members are dropping as well from the side of GODLIKE Esports. They're dropping rounds and dropping bodies so quickly that it seems as though GODLIKE, they have like absolutely no time to even think for themselves whatsoever. That's how fast Aya is going for these execution, and it seems as though they have this map much more under lockdown than GODLIKE Esports.
Yeah, Aya, they know exactly the different types of strategies they want to execute in this particular game. They're able to constantly surprise GODLIKE with it, exploiting the fact that GODLIKE, they don't look perfectly synergized on their defense approach. This is why defense against a breach is really hard, because you cannot afford to have any weak link in your armor. Any weak link just gets instantly exploited, and the entire plan for the defensive team just unravels. So GODLIKE here, now winning that buy round is really going to cost them, because now Aya Gaming able to pick a match point for themselves, looking to secure map 1 in this best of 3 series. Now chat, remember, if you think Aya Gaming will be able to pick up split for themselves and take us to map 2 right here, right now, spam hashtag Aya in the chat. If you think GODLIKE will be able to pull off this comeback, take us to overtime, it's hashtag Dil Say GODLIKE. show us your support for either of these teams, because both of these teams certainly giving it their all. Now Aya Gaming, 5 stack this time, going for the B side execute. White Horse, he's sitting right there, but he looks at the camera, and that auto might give away the positioning, but the beautiful flash coming out. White Horse with the double one tap, able to pick up the kills. Now the Rolling Thunder to delay the push, and a beautiful start to this round for Godlike Esports. A phenomenal usage of the camera to get the information, then the flashpoint to get the flashes, and White Horse with that peak, playing very aggressively with his camera to be able to pick up those 2 kills. Shivy and White Horse coming up huge in that round to keep Godlike alive in this matchup. Now, you can see for Aya Gaming, they're going to be left in a situation that they have to just go for the push. They're doing just that. Technically, Shivy, they'll catch them out, and a flawless round for Godlike Esports will do wonders for their economy and a chance for them to actually take that comfortability in terms of eco and push towards this win for them. Comeback for themselves. For Aya, they get one more round with this economy, but if they lose one more round, they're going to be forced onto an eco, and that will give a lot of breathing room to Godlike. So Aya, this round is absolutely instrumental to whether or not they'll be able to close out this map, or whether they're going to go to overtime. Let's see what Aya are going to do in this round.
If Godlike are able to get those execution plays once again, that is where they're gonna be shining the most. Because think of it like this, that round coming out from White Horse just showcases his mechanical capabilities. First getting that flick on the partial, and then immediately getting a reverse flick onto his own clone, being Batman, who was jumping up on the boxes. That was absolutely disgusting coming out from him. JB does spot out one on the mid side, knows for a fact that there's multiple people sitting out on his mid end. JB, he's doing as much as he can to stop out this push for as long as he can as well. The Boombot, it actually checks under heaven this time around, so he's gonna be surviving for just a little while longer. But Deathmaker, he gets caught with his pants down in those kind of scenarios. And Batman, he finds one on the JB. Titan answers back, Tito answers back as well, leaving only Scar God in this 1 versus 4 scenario. And CA, it seems like it's gonna be the closing moment for the map of Split. 12 and 9 scoreline. Will Stargard be able to close it out?
Stargard, he's lone man standing, but with that, a showstopper coming out and
Attackers
a triple win to back it up. It's Aya Gaming. This new team just came together now before Series 5, able to just surprise time and time again, not just us, the spectators, but everyone in the audience and their opposing teams as well, doing brilliantly here with their execution and team synergy, using their abilities to make sure to get those advantages in terms of territory, push into this site at the right time, and secure this map 1 for themselves. I have to say, Aya having won map 1, I'm not really sure if Godlike will be able to pull it back. I mean, I know that Godlike, they're a top tier team and anything is possible when it comes to them, but I did expect Split to be one of the strongest maps for Godlike, given the fact that Shivy would be on his breach. So Godlike, I hope that this will be a wake-up call for them of sorts, because otherwise this might just be Aya Gaming taking the series for themselves. For now though, we'll discuss exactly what happened in that matchup, where Aya Gaming was able to find their edge and find those flawless executes in their attacking side with the Relive the Moment. Brought to you by Ideapad Gaming 3 Notebook, powered by Ryzen 4000 series processors, perfect for gaming and multitasking. Now, aggressive, Shivy on the breach. This is something that we have seen for so many series now. This is something that we've come to accept as him being one of the OG breach players. Even before the buffs came through, he was playing the breach. And that's why you expect Godlike Esports to be extremely strong on this map of Split. Aya Gaming though, they bring the exact same composition to the table, with the key difference being the synergy between the players. We saw moments of synergy from Godlike. For example, that White Horse with Shivy push towards the B garage, using the camera with the flashpoint to get the aggressive peak for themselves. But it was not as consistent as Aya Gaming, who even though they just lost a round, are able to just sort of resettle themselves. Be like, guys, there was a small error in the execution. As long as we remove the error, we should be able to do the execution with no trouble at all. They do just that, and that confidence in their team play is something that I can definitely applaud.
And another big factor to them winning out this game is actually gonna be Batman being ever so consistent with all of his frags and all of his peaks. Batman just completely shut down multiple side pushes on his own, allowing his team for a lot more breathing room. And this is where the morale of Godlike was hit the most hardest. As I said before, Valorant is a game of mentalities rather than just raw aim and macro playing. The more you get into your opponent's head, the more you make them doubt themselves. That is where you're already winning out. And it seems as though Aya Gaming got into the heads of Godlike and brought them down a notch in a lot of these scenarios after they went into the attacking half. The way they execute their strategies, the way they did the same executes as Godlike, but better. This one thing alone caused a lot of panic inside of, I believe at least, caused a lot of panic inside of Godlike, and this is what led to their downfalls in a lot of the scenarios.
Yeah, I definitely agree. The mental aspect of Valorant, especially in the competitive community, it's something that every team it really looks to find the motivation and the dedication to their play. Godlike here, they were not able to maintain their composure in a few of the rounds, but I do know that every single player on the side of Godlike, they have the capability to just sort of take the loss instead, come back stronger the next map, just sort of use the loss to motivate themselves, light that fire in them, and come back even stronger with that vengeance. So we'll see in map 2 if Godlike able to fight back, because right now, Aya, they're on cloud 9 and they're looking to push forward into the upper bracket semifinals with that next map. For now, that was map 1 between Aya Gaming and Godlike Esports, and that was really close as well. I do hope that map 2 will be just as close, and we'll be there with the map 2 with you really soon. In the meantime, make sure you like, subscribe, share the stream with your friends. Make sure everyone here to witness this amazing matchup between both of these teams. Make sure you also have your notifications on so you're able to get the updates of exactly when the stream starts. Make sure you also check out the links in the description below for some amazing discounts for yourself to do some window shopping while we prepare for that map 2. For now, we're going to take a small break and we'll be back with you with the action in map 2 between Godlike Esports and Aya Gaming really soon. See you back with the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 5 in a few minutes.
fast. And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars. Let's make the most of this night. Come on, baby, take my hand. And we don't need to do the things we don't want to do. Baby, while we're young,
into the competition after a long break and showing us that they will maintain that champion position. Rexy, he's not gonna give up. It's do or die. He makes himself known. And Amaterasu with the finishing blow. Velocity Gaming, they are your champions of the TEC Challenger Series 4.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the LG Ultra Gear TEC Challenger Series 5, powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMT, with AFK Gaming as a media partner. We're back for map 2 between GODLIKE Esports and Aya Gaming in this upper bracket quarterfinals. Aya Gaming in with a score of 13-9. They were able to pick up split, and now going into the second map, we'll have to see what they can do. Now, let's just take a quick look at the map, Vito Aggressive. Before I ask you, where do you think Godlike's mental is right now? Like, do you think they're the sort of team that will be able to absorb a loss and come out better for it? Or do you think they're the sort of team who might just end up tilting and losing this series too?
The thing that I will say is the primary issue. Now moving into Ascent, this map is very straightforward compared to what Split is. There's not really a lot of strategy you need to involve. The main thing is take mid control. We say this every single time. Having that mid control just opens up so much. And the Breach here, as I said before, there are two maps where Breach has his playground, Split and Ascent. And if Shivy is able to pull off his signature breach, we did not really see in the map of Split, now coming up into the map of Ascent, is where they're going to be shining the most. And of course, there is going to be Deathmaker going on to the Reina probably. We all know what he does best, just frag out of his mind.
Yeah, I feel like DM, he's definitely one of the players who's going to take the loss and be like, that was not supposed to happen. Let me show you how it's done. And the Reina is a perfect pick to be able to do that. I will say though, we saw a couple of too many dry swings from him, and the Reina does give you the opportunity to make those dry swings work. So we'll see if he can make that work in map 2. Because right now, Aya Gaming, they're on point, they're on fire. They have the exact mentality that you need to be able to beat the top tier team like Godlike. They're playing their own game, and you see no tremors from them. A lot of the times when you see a newer team playing against a top tier team, you see a bit of a lack of confidence, a bit of indecisiveness. None of that present for Aya Gaming though. The belief in themselves, the belief in their team play, very much present, and that belief is definitely what is getting them a huge advantage right now. The momentum definitely in favor of Aya, but Godlike, they have the names to be able to pull it back. They have the superstars to be able to pull it back. So we'll see if they're able to do so. Now, going into the map in itself, I want to just take a second to talk about Badman Aggressive. Badman, on that Cypher, again and again, he top frags out of his mind, playing brilliantly. And I think he's setting an example for exactly what Cypher players can do, removing the cliche that Sentinel means you're basically refined to that defensive, very calm role, instead showing exactly what you can do, push the character to its very limits.
Remember when I talk about the fact that entry fragger Cypher is actually a thing? That is what Batman actually is. He's like the boogeyman of the entirety of the squad. He's like, all right, entry fraggers, I'm going to show you how it's done. I don't even need abilities to actually fly in the side. I have my body, I have my aim. I'm just going to throw myself down into the side. You guys can follow. Batman does that so well, and he gets a lot of headshots in the process as well, gets a lot of kills, gets into the head of the enemies, being like, what is this Cypher and what is he doing? Why is he here in our dimension? This is not how you play Valorant. He's supposed to be a sentinel. He's supposed to be staying in the back. But Batman's like, nope, I'm going to be getting into your heads. I'm going to be the most aggressive sentinel player that you've ever seen in your entire life, and I'm going to be taking you out. Cypher is one of those few characters as a sentinel, other than Sage, of course. We all know that Sage is a duelist and not a sentinel anymore. That does happen in a lot of these scenarios. Cypher can give a lot of information to the team and can also use his own cages as pseudo jet smokes to execute himself down on the side as well as his team. And this in turn will also allow him to get a lot of information, because normally what happens when you go in for a site execute is that people like to stay around a lot of the corners. You can use the cage as a way of blocking off the sideline, as well as setting up audio cues if they try to move around or jiggle a lot, because the cage gives so much sound, so many sound cues if people move right through it. This in turn allows Batman to be so consistent and just be so aggressive, because we have seen how he places his cages, which is really, really creative for how he plays Cypher.
Yeah, Batman setting the stage for exactly what you can expect from a top tier Cypher player, and doing so here, going into Ascent. Normally, I would be the person saying I do prefer Killjoy on Ascent and Split, but if you play Cypher like Batman does, go ahead, man. Show me the Cypher in itself. Show me exactly what you can do with it. Now, the compositions are going to be exactly what we expect. No changes for the side of Aya whatsoever. They're just gonna remove the breach, bring in the Sova. For Godlike though, as we expected, Deathmaker, he's gonna shift from the Raze onto the Reyna. And in terms of the compositions directly, I do favor Godlike's composition a little bit more. I think we've had this exact conversation before when Paratroops played the no flash composition. It's all about whether or not you can find the right style of execution. Having a flash in your bag just makes that execution a little easier. So Aya, while they don't necessarily have a disadvantage, they have made it harder for themselves by opting for the Raze instead of a flash agent like Phoenix or Reyna, and that will play into the game a little bit. We'll have to see though if they can work around it and make the fact that the Raze brings that extra explosive damage utility to the table.
The explosive potential that the Raze does bring really helps out on the defensive rounds, less on the attacking rounds. Because when you're trying to execute down onto a side, having that flash, having the Reyna is a lot more beneficial than having a Phoenix. I'm going to say this over and over again, that Reyna flash, when you execute down into a side with your teammates, is a lot more stronger because of the Reyna flash actually lingering, causing your opponents to not take the peak while your team is entering. While the name of a Phoenix flash is a lot more difficult in those kind of scenarios. But Ditto, he's going in for one of those lineup plays. He has it all lined up for the staircase to try and take a hit, but seems as though they're just going to be a little bit more smarter. Scargot gets taken out by Batman, just running in straight through the smoke. He's an absolute boogeyman moving forward. He's going to be Knight Rider going in for the plays. He wants to dive bomb. He's trying to get that, but he's not going to be able to fight. Titan gets that reverse kill off, and Jimmy, he's going to be tapping away, but it's not going to be enough as Whitehorse, he's the last remaining member sitting out in the back of both house, and it's really going to be hurting him moving forward. Aya Gaming, they have the man advantage, and what just happened right there, I don't even know.
Knight Rider running out of bullets there, he just ends up in a weird situation where he's like, I guess the best move for me is to just try and find the knife. Not able to do that. Came very close though, so props to him for that. But it's Aya Gaming with the lead now, pushing forward and looking extremely strong. Now Whitehorse, he's the last man standing, and he's gonna have to try to make it work for Godlike Esports in this 1v3 situation. But now going for the peek onto Catwalk. He's gonna find PokeZ here. And with the headshot, I thought PokeZ was gonna take him down, but now Whitehorse with the headshot will take him down. But with his position revealed and his health really low, Tito able to clean it up, secure that pistol round for Aya Gaming. Now, talking about Ascent and the compositions, I really do want to see Godlike Esports performing really good on their defense, because as you said, aggressive, that Raze, it's much stronger on the defensive side when you don't really need to make proactive plays, when you don't really need that flash as much, when you're able to just hold on to a site, wait for the entry, and then use your grenades and boombots. That's where the Raze will really shine. So going into defense, Aya, they will feel a little more comfortable. So Godlike, they need to make it work on their defense, need to make sure they don't give away advantage to Aya Gaming, and instead maintain an advantage for themselves. A 7-5-8-4 would be ideal for Godlike Esports, because then going into their own attack, they can have that extra cushion, extra comfort to try and make it work. Now, eco round for Godlike, and a full buy for Aya are going to come out here. Aya should be able to secure this round, and they're going to start it off really well. Pasha will get that opening kill for Whitehorse, and now looking for the catwalk push. Pasha will get another. Pasha with his third. Pasha coming up huge will pull out the Sheriff. Runs out of bullets, but he will pull it out. Now into the site, Aya Gaming will take control of it.
He being the lone man standing against 5 angry members from the side of Aya Gaming. He does find the jumping
Spike
classic
planted.
shot on the one. He's looking for the second. He wants this Phantom badly, but seems as though Titan, he's not going to be giving him anything in this kind of scenario. And then they're going to be able to close out this round. This, of course, was the eco round for the side of Godlike Esports. And here's where the real fun begins, because now, CA, it's time for the gun round.
This buy round is going to be really important because now Godlike Esports, they can't afford any mistakes, they can't afford any mishaps, and they cannot afford to lose this round whatsoever. Giving a 3-round attacking lead to Aya Gaming, a team which is right now brimming on confidence, running on all cylinders. It would just be devastating to their chances in this second map. So now, Godlike trying to make it work, and Deathmaker starting in top for them really well. Going for the aggressive peek, he'll find one, he'll find another, and this is why the Reyna's so suited for Deathmaker. Finds the third and his fourth now. All of them going by one into Deathmaker's hands, and he will create the death of Aya Gaming. DM with the ace in the buy round, that's the sort of momentum I want to see for Godlike Esports. Oh my god, that round was absolutely huge for Godlike. I will say though, Aya, it really felt like they walked in one by one into that arena.
DM King, boys, DM King. That is what he brings down to the table. And yes, of course, they just walked down into his crosshair range. And that is really true. You don't just single peek into DM's crosshair range, otherwise your head's just gonna get popped out. This is what's gonna scare Aya, being like, hey, I think we angered Deathmaker, so we gotta be careful. We cannot really take these 1v1 duels against him anymore. We gotta go in for the double peaks. We gotta outsmart him this time. And it seems as though DM, he's gonna be riding on the momentum that he just created, and his team is gonna be playing out of their minds as well.
DM popping off in that round, that momentum is going to be huge, and it definitely is going to factor into the mental of Aya. And now Aya, they're trying to take it off and go for the rush, but DM again with the 2 opening kills. PokeZ, he's able to trade back, but DM, he's done a bunch of damage to Aya Gaming, and Aya Gaming now stuck in that B alley area between the site, not able to actually push through in itself. The shouted step will come out for PokeZ as he looks to go back into B main, get a position advantage for himself before looking for the peaks. The Knight Rider able to take Tito down. Scargod with another. Godlike with that ace. It seems they've come online, and now they're here with the anger and the vengeance to decimate Aya Gaming.
Poor old Knight Rider gets his head taken off clean. But still, the kill does come through at Knight Rider. He's probably going to be able to buy an operator this round because of what his teammates did in the previous round. Deathmaker as well did go down, but still a good round indeed coming out from the side of Godlike. This is going to be forcing the entirety of Aya Gaming down into an eco round, and they're going to be able to cement their leads a little bit more. Godlike, they're looking strong on this map starting out, and it seems as though Deathmaker, he is turned up as well.
Yeah, Deathmaker, this is exactly what we expected, right? With him going on the Reyna pick, we expected him to be able to sort of take over parts of the map by himself, and he's doing just that. Able to secure a huge advantage for Godlike here, but it's still even on the scoreline. So Aya Gaming, we've seen from them a capability to just sort of resettle when they lose a couple of rounds and come back even stronger. And looking to do that here with their eco round is going to be Pasha with the Sheriff finding the nasty one tap to take down Scargod. Now Pasha moving in aggressively. White House just trying to deny it whatsoever to him. Will just pull out the door. Calling in the reinforcements, the cavalry comes in, and that's Deathmaker finding the kill onto Pasha to make it even on the scoreline. Deathmaker, he has the Empress ready, and he could pop it off here and go for that mid peak. Not gonna choose to use it just yet, but with just the mid peak, the Badman won another non-tap with another one tap, taking down Aya Gaming and taking down Deathmaker and securing this advantage for Aya Gaming. A really nice setup for Aya though. You can see that for them in this eco round, it's all about finding picks, causing the damage in multiple parts of the map, and then using the pressure they've created to now take control of an absolutely
30
free
seconds
B-side.
left.
Aya Gaming, not only have they got a man advantage, but now they're gonna get B-side control and the spike plant for themselves.
Beautiful
planted.
reverse rotation around. to make use of all of the picks that they got, all of the noise that they made, but it's going to be Batman going in for this corner. He has the beautiful off angle going off into Knight Rider to get that pick off onto him, but it's going to be White Horse answering back with his own kill. Tito this time around, though, he's probably going to be able to find one. Tito not being able to hit that shot is going to be hurting him. Knows his last on position as well. Looks like one member is not going to be inside of sight. Titan, though, with that goals, is going to be able to shut down Whitehorse with a fast swing coming out, throwing off the crosshair placement and the spray. That situation, but Chivy, he does have his own vengeance. He has all of the big clean picks off. He finds a second. He's looking for the third. Knows exactly where he's going to be at. Going in for the recon. Not going to be able to do it just yet. He goes in for the tap. He's going to be able to find one with the classic, taking him out, padding his stats a little bit before he does die, and a thrifty round coming out for the side of the attackers.
This is exactly what I meant. You cannot count Aya Gaming out whatsoever because they're a very smart team when it comes to absorbing a loss and sort of bringing the force from the loss into to try and convert it into a win. They play beautifully this round. Despite it being their eco round, they just spread themselves out, believe in the aim potential of their teammates, go for those one-taps with the Sheriffs, find the one-taps and then use that pressure to go for the B-rotate, get the spike plant and pick up a thrifty round for themselves. Shivy with the heroics almost pulled it back for Godlike, but the time running out and with no time for himself, he just ends up dying, and that's Aya Gaming with the advantage. But now off for Knight Rider, he's gonna find one, get tagged by the recon drone and has to push back, but Knight Rider will get that first blood advantage for Godlike Esports, and now will give his team the opportunity to just hold on to their angles, not go for unnecessary peaks. Godlike doing just that, but now Knight Rider, he's going for the peek down mid. He'll find Batman and will step right back in time for PokeZ, not able to trade him out.
No.
Knight Rider doing well, but now PokeZ going for the push. Knight Rider just gets caught out, going for those air peaks throughout the mid area. But Knight Rider did his job, able to get a couple kills and secure the advantage for Godlike. But the advantage instantly destroyed by Titan, and now the Omen ultimate coming out as Titan goes for the A-side plant.
He's going for that A-side plan, but Chivy has something else to say about it. He wasn't off to go for that. That was so close. That ultimate would have been able to hit him as well, but then Baker, yeah, this crosshair straight. He knows exactly where Titan's head is gonna be. He does get that first one tap off. He finds one. Doesn't know exactly where Tito is holding out. Sorry, not Tito, I believe. Where PokeZ is actually holding out this time around. So he's just gonna be waiting. The recon bolt does not spot him out just yet, but I do believe that they heard the footsteps down in the back of Winery. And this is where it's gonna be hurting the most. It's gonna be a paranoia coming out to see what he can hold. But Deathmaker, he has his crosshairs trained. Chivy, he's probably gonna be able to find one as well. He's holding down the defuse. He goes in for the peek. He goes in for the jiggle, and a beautiful play coming out from the side of Pokies. They're not gonna have enough time. Chivy, he didn't defuse to half. And a beautiful round coming up from the side of Aya Gaming, and Pokies playing the mind games was absolutely incredible as well.
He almost got the defuse to half. We're gonna see the entire thing in the replay. You'll see here, the paranoia comes out. That forces Shivy off from the first defuse. And now, the Deathmaker going for the peak will force Shivy almost got it to the half. I think he should have got it to the half point and then gone for the peak. But him not doing that, that just 1 millisecond of indecisiveness ends up costing Godlike Esports. Because if it was halfway through, then he would have been able to find the kill onto PokeZ and would have had enough time to finish it off. Now Godlike force onto the eco for themselves. Aya playing with time beautifully to secure this 2-round lead for their team. Now Knight Rider, he brought out the Bladestorm, went for the updraft peak towards that B-main angle, was not able to find anybody, instead just gets tagged out for his trouble, and will now just back off, set this crossfire to the Bree entrance with a couple of his teammates in Deathmaker and Shivy. And you can see Aya though, they're not gonna get baited into this, they're going for that mid control, doing really well, now gaining it, but Scarguard on that flank, able to use the Sheriff, find the double kill in mid, and now Knight Rider pushing in, he'll find another. PokeZ able to trade out Scarguard, but Scarguard's done a bunch of damage. We can see all of Godlike using that momentum to win now. Deathmaker finding the first kill, and White House with another. A thrifty round for Godlike, and a beautiful flank from Scarguard.
Scarguard's an absolute insane mad lad, getting those two clean one taps coming out. That was absolutely beautiful coming out from him. Him being able to get those kills is going to solidify another lead for their side. And Knight Rider, him being able to save his gun while not being forced to buy armor. So he was able to buy armor and he kept his armor, so he was able to buy this operator coming out in the following round because of the economic advantage that they do have on their side. Knight Rider, he's going to be looking strong down into this mid side just as of right now. But this is going to be another eco round for the side of Aya Gaming. So let's see what they're going to be bringing down to the table for us, because now they're looking to go down onto either this A or B side, but they're establishing some form of control of the ultimate points just to make sure that they get some form of value out of this eco round, even if they don't get any kills or the spike plant.
Yeah, you can see Aya Gaming. They're just spreading themselves out. We've seen this approach before when they were able to pick up the thrifty round. They like to go for the picks with their sheriffs and the frenzy in the hand of Pasha and then find the rotate. But now it seems like they spread themselves too thin because Godlike are holding down their angles. You can see Scargod holding it down in A with the help of the Trapfire, and then DM and Shivi holding it down in B. The Smokes and Paranoia coming out to B and this is going to bait a B side push for Aya. The rotation is going to come out for Godlike, and Godlike, they'll be able to find the kills, but A side completely open for Aya to take now, and Aya will do just that. But Godlike, they're able to find a couple of kills, and now if they're able to take down Batman as well, that would be huge. Batman, he does dodge out the off-shot zone, and now will survive.
My God, what is this?
Kills. Batman on the look, what a beast! Just completely
Wait,
destroying
wait.
any
Player
chance of a
standing.
retake for
One enemy
Godlike.
remaining.
They're able to take him down in the end, but Batman makes it so it's a 1v1 situation for Tito to be able to hold out. And now Tito, all he has to do is play for time, and I'm sure he's gonna do just that.
Thrifty.
They sacrificed
What
for
just
nothing.
happened? See it?
I mean, Batman here, I feel like it all started off with the off shot, right? You see, if the off shot misses first, and Godlike are like instantly, we know where Batman is, he even gets blinded. But Batman, using that cage so well, playing around it, you could even call him a smoke criminal for God's sake, but I guess he's a cage criminal, playing around the edges of that cage, just finding Godlike in a very bad situation, and finding the one taps. Oh my God, this is exactly why we were talking about Batman before the match started. The ability to play under such composure in such a high pressure environment, that takes a lot of skill.
The shock dart doesn't land into the head of Chevy right there. But oh my God, Batman is insane today. He woke up on the right side of the bed and he had the best breakfast of his life. Remember when I asked NXS what he had for breakfast when he pulled off that ace with that sheriff back out in Series 3 or Series 4, I believe? I want to know what he ate. I'm pretty sure he ate the same thing, because this guy, he's absolutely killing it when it comes to the sheriff this time around, and I want to know what he did to get such pristine movement and pristine aim. That is absolutely incredible what he just did, and that is not what a lot of ciphers can do. You had 3 members swarming you, and now you were able to take out all 3 members. That was absolutely insane. Oh my God, Partial! You just pulled off the sickest shot on Deathmaker, and Deathmaker probably just flew out of his chair after getting hit by that.
Get out of my way!
Yeah, coming up huge in this map now, once again taking the lead in this round
30
against Godlike,
seconds left.
looking to secure a 3-round advantage for them in this map, and then secure this second map for themselves. Batman, he'll pick up that kill onto Chevy coming in from Market, and now that's the site control for Aya Gaming. It'll be
Spike
Batman with
planted.
the plant, and now in the post-plant situations, they're already settled. You see Tito towards the Market area, Titan towards that V main area, and Batman and Pasha holding it down from side. Godlike, they have no way of entering. They're just gonna be like, well, we can't really do much here. We would just end up sacrificing our guns, and given the fact that we're already at a severe disadvantage in terms of rounds, we need our guns to try and pull something back. So Godlike going for the save.
They're opting for the save, but how long can you save your guns in these kind of scenarios? You need to try and get some rounds as well. 3 rounds up are the side of Aya Gaming. And if they keep playing like this, if they're going to be able to get into the heads of Godlike, we may see a repeat of Split. This is not what Godlike really wants. A lot of footsteps are going to be heard, so the exit tracks may just be coming out real soon. Knight Rider, he does find one at the bare minimum before he does go out of this round. 6 rounds on the board for the side of Aya Gaming, but still, this is going to be really difficult because Godlike, they're having an issue shutting down any sort of the pushes that Aya Gaming are bringing, and they're being a bit too aggressive, I believe, and they're just playing into the hands of Aya.
Garlic not able to actually find that edge for themselves, and when Aya are able, it's basically a repeat of Slit, right? Aya, they have these strategies in their book. They're ready to make these really creative plays with how they approach the game that completely take Godlike by surprise and get them disadvantage. Now Aya doing something that once again we've never seen in this first round before, going for that east side execute with the help of that showstopper. The showstopper won't find much, but will get side control, and on the back of that, PokeZ lurking down to that way. He's picked up a couple, Titan with another. Aya with these executes, just in a flawless fashion, taking control of the side time and time again to get the advantage against girl like Esports. Now Knight Rider and White Horse, they're able to find a kill. They're fighting back, but Badman able to find one, meaning it's Knight Rider left all alone, 1v3 and nowhere close to the side. He'll find a kill, but I don't think he'll be able to get in time to the side.
There's no way Knight Rider is going to be able to get down on the side in time and have enough time to go for smart execute. But he may just go into the awaiting hands of this operator. Partial, he knows exactly where Knight Rider is going to be at, and the well plays off headshot, he does take him out. A beautiful attacking round coming out from the side of Aya Gaming, and it seems as though Godlike, they're just crashing under the pressure.
Yeah, it really does feel like Godlike not able to find their edge in this matchup, and Aya using their team play and their synergy absolutely flawlessly and phenomenally to secure their own edge. They're brimming with confidence on every single player. It's not just Badman anymore making the insane plays. You see PokeZ with the insane lurks. You see Titan being the perfect entry fragger for his team, always willing to use his ultimate early to, even if he doesn't find a kill, he secures the entire site, able to clear out multiple angles and allow his team to push into the site. You see Pasha with the AWP just getting some insane kills, and then Tito on that Sova, the perfect setup player for his team. Aya just playing this matchup beautifully. I think we're seeing a small tactical pause come out for Godlike Esports, and a second to just recollect themselves, understand what they want to do going into this next round, because they need to at least try to get 4 or 5 rounds. Otherwise, they'll just run away with it.
This is the White Horse is doing some tracking practice in the background, I'm seeing, just to warm himself up for what is going to be picking up now. Sorry. The side of Godlike, I'm trying to get an idea of what they can do, but it seems as though they're playing a bit too aggressive. They need to play it slower. They need to play deeper inside of the site, allow for a much more of the retake scenarios. The thing that is happening is they're playing aggressive, they're losing people, and that in turn is hurting them both economically and in terms of morale as well, because them pushing in aggressive, they're not really able to find anything, and then again they push in aggressive once more, they're still not able to find anything, and the cycle just keeps on repeating over and over again. They're not even able to go for retake CA. Oh my god, Partial, that's a very cheeky angle.
Pasha Sahil expecting that aggressive push down at a main, playing in that defensive up position, gets the first blood for Aya, and once again Aya with their unique approach, finding the first step on Godlike. It feels like Aya, not only are they in the minds of Godlike Esports, but able to maintain a step ahead of them at all times. Now this is the eco round for Godlike. For them it's about trying to get some damage down, then going into the last round with the chance to get to magic number 4, and it's going to look like they're just playing with that. Knight Rider has pulled out the blade storm, not able to get any knives through. It's just going to be Badman finding the kill, Badman finishing it off, and now Aya Gaming 8-3. Godlike, they went for the eco, so they're playing for this magic number 4 in the last round. They need it. 9-3 would just basically be like a very deceptive situation to come back from. Deceptive in the sense that if you lose the pistol round, it's all but over.
This is gonna be hurting them a lot. They're trying to go for this magic number 4, as you stated before, but moving into the attacking round, it's just gonna get even more difficult, because don't forget they do have the Raze on the side of Aya Gaming, and the Raze shines a lot more when it comes to the defensive rounds, because of the stall potential with the boombot, with the pain shells, all of those factors coming into play. And now that they are losing out this far, this is gonna hurt them a lot. But Knight Rider, he does find that first pick off, and Deathmaker, he answers back on the Batman. And the magic number 4 seems really possible moving forward. If they're able to keep this momentum going on their side, there's gonna be Knight Rider holding down the angle for as long as he can. But Partial, he takes a bit too far of a peek, and he does go into the waiting arms of Knight Rider. And a possible flawless round is out as well. Deathmaker finds that first kill. The flawless round is not going to be in their favor. Titan going in for an insane play with the satchel. Not going to be able to find the headshot onto Deathmaker because of the Empress. He does win out in that engagement. And a good half coming out from both of these teams. And see, they got to the magic number 4 that you wanted as well.
Yeah, I mean, this is a decent chance for GODLIKE to be able to pull it back. But yeah, they still have a commanding lead. So GODLIKE, they cannot afford to make any mistakes whatsoever. But the way they played out this round, the double peaks coming out from Knight Rider and Deathmaker towards A, it really did look like the team back on the same page. And that's going to be really important if they are to come back. Not just in this map, but trying to fight for their life in this series to make sure that they don't end up going to the lower bracket, to make sure that they're able to secure their upper bracket position. Now GODLIKE, they're gonna go on the attack, and this is where it becomes a really interesting scenario because yeah, with the Raze, they are a bit more comfortable on defense, but at the same time, GODLIKE with the Reyna, you expect them to be a bit more comfortable when they're being proactive. So it's gonna come down to which team is able to use that comfort for their ultimate advantage. GODLIKE, they're trying to do that with the mid control. Now moving towards catwalk into the garden area. But it seems like Aya, they're expecting this. A 3-man stack towards A side to try and prevent this A push. The recon bolt being set up. As soon as that comes out, and with the smokes and the paranoia, that's gonna be GODLIKE committing to A, going full on in. But this is where that Raze grenade comes up so good. Just stops them in their tracks and delays them for a key 1 or 2 seconds. Allows Aya to get the sight time they need and pick up the kills they want.
It's just gonna be a fast rush coming out, leaving Shivy down in one of the worst situations that he has to be in. He only has a classic and 70 HP to his name. He does get caught out by the shock darts because Badman, he's gonna be forcing it down into him. And that was an amazing defensive round as well. They had every single crossfire set up. And even if they went in for the attack, it felt as though the team was already ready down on the A side. The rotations were so quick. They knew what angles to take, what angles for them to find. And it was just going to be all over, and it seems as though GODLIKE, the pressure may just be a bit too much, especially if you're going for a fast rush down onto this A side with only pistols without establishing any form of map control against the Raze. You're not going to have a fun time.
The Raze, a very difficult character to try and go for the aggressive push against, because if you funnel yourself into a tiny corridor, then she'll just be able to throw out her grenades and get a lot of damage for that push. Now GODLIKE, they're not able to pick up the pistol round, and that means they will have to be going on to an eco in this round. So yeah, this is their chance to get to double digits and make their lead really strong in this matchup. Titan finds the headshot with the Spectre onto Deathmaker, and Scargod now, he'll try to trade out the Sheriff to be able to do some damage for himself, but Titan doing really well. Shifting from side to side, if you may notice, when he's expecting a B push, he goes over to B, when he's expecting an A, goes over to A, and now Pokey, with that on advantage, able to pick up 3 kills for himself. Flawless anti-eco round for Aya. It really feels like they can make no mistakes.
The way that they're moving around the map, the way that they're playing, it's just absolutely incredible. Their movement style, their patterns, their changing up their position is gonna constantly keep the entirety of GODLIKE guessing. It seems as though GODLIKE, they don't really know how to exactly combat what they're bringing down to the table. And again, there is no form of mid control coming out from the side of GODLIKE. Yes, of course, this is going to be another buy round, but this is just another fast rush down onto A. This may just not work out for them.
Yeah, now you saw from the AWP coming out. The AWP coming up huge. He's going to find a kill onto Scargod. Badman with the push with Titan towards B main will find another onto GODLIKE, and GODLIKE already covering. This is supposed to be their buy round, but they've lost 3 members already. Pokey, he's going to find the kill. He's revealed by the recon bolt, looks all the reposition, but will end up just getting taken down. Now Shivy, he gets tagged really low by the operator.
Oh my God.
Deathmaker, what is that game sense? Able to just pick Pasha out through the smoke, picks up a kill for Godlike, and now looking for the push. Deathmaker, he'll find another barely dodging the operator shot, makes it 2v2 on the map, and now Shivi just holding Deathmaker's flank, allowing Deathmaker to just go free and cause annihilation onto Aya Gaming. But Aya Gaming, they're playing it smart. They're like, you know what? We don't want to peek Deathmaker. We have no reason to peek Deathmaker because the time is on our side. The time is ticking down for Godlike Esports, and it's up to them to make the first move.
Need to try and do something really quickly because there's
30
only 30 seconds
seconds
left on the clock, and they know for a fact that Batman was sitting up on the other side, so no real movements are being made just yet.
One
But Titan,
enemy
he's going to be
remaining.
getting that first peak, and Titan, he's
player
so
standing.
quick with the readjustments. With all of these, and this is going to leave Deathmaker in this 1v1 scenario. He needs to try and get this spike and get
10
something
seconds
done.
left.
But there's only 10 seconds left on the clock. It's not going to work out in his favor because the Spectre is just going to be way too quick to get that kill. He can just run and gun. He can move and shoot while Deathmaker has to stop and go for the counter strafe. That is where the Spectre comes in handy, and Titan being able to use it down to perfection to get that kill off. It seems as though Godlike, they're on the back foot of it all, and this is really hard to say, but it seems as though Godlike, they may just lose unless they are able to think of something to counteract them.
It really does feel like whatever Godlike does try to do to surprise Aya able to just adapt to it in the round and come out strong, and I feel like that's because of the amount of confidence they've been able to achieve because of how they've been playing in map 1 and now in map 2. Deathmaker, he wants to get it done, he wants to make his enemies cover, and he'll do that by finding the first blood with that kill on Tito. Deathmaker pushing in, looking for that catwalk control, able to get it now. The recon bolt revealing Koki's position. The recon drone tagging him will reveal his position more, and he can't really afford to defend this site here. Will get taken down, and that's garden control being given to Godlike Esports. But Godlike refusing to make that commit, knowing that they might just get caught out by the raise. It's backing off, keeping mid control, playing the clock, waiting for their chance to push into a site.
Ethan, he's just so quick. Look at this guy. The way he peaks his angles. He goes in for the wide swing, and after he goes in for the wide swing, he goes for a sliding crouch swing instead. That is absolutely beautiful, the way he checks his angles, and it's just gonna throw off the crosshair placement of any good player. Doesn't matter how good you are, but when you go in for those
30
crouch
seconds
peaks,
left.
that's where you're gonna be shining the most, and the brain boss has been taken out. Deathmaker does go down. This side take is already looking very grim for the side. Godlike Esports, and Titan, he has his own vengeance.
Spike
He's
planted.
going for the
Last
showstopper,
player
but it's not going to
standing.
be able to hit. Knight Rider being able to track him straight through the air, and Knight Rider, he's stepping up to the plate instead. He gets a sick double kill, and he's able to shut down everything that Aya Gaming was bringing onto the table this time around.
Yeah, Godlike, they really needed this round because they did go for the first buy. You saw Deathmaker, he had the gun for himself with the light shields. A couple of Spectres came out. So losing this round would not just put Aya Gaming onto match point, it would also give Godlike a huge economic disadvantage. The fact that Godlike able to win this round and play it very smartly, meaning that there is definitely still hope for a comeback. We'll have to see if they can make through on it though and keep pushing and playing, bringing out the consistency that is necessary for such a comeback. Now Aya Gaming, they're forced onto an eco round. They're going for the eco rush down in mid, but Godlike, they're just rotating towards that A side. Now the smoke's coming out. It's going to be A side control for Godlike Esports and a free A side taken by them. But look at White Horse. White Horse, he's expecting this rotate and waiting in the spawn area. He's going to find one. He's going to find two. He's going to find three. Beautiful positioning by White Horse, predicting that rotate for Aya Gaming. But now Pasha with the Blaze Storm. Can he single-handedly turn this round around? He's already found two. Looking for more. Pasha is going to be up to Pasha and Koki on this retake.
You have to consider something. Pasha did literally everything, and he doesn't need to do any more. This eco round is already a success. He stopped 2 guns from the side of Godlike, and he's looking for more as of right now, but Dargon does have the cheeky angle. He's gonna be able to find the 2 kills that he needs to take it all away, but still 2 guns going down from the side of Godlike Esports. That is what's gonna be hurting them a lot in the long run, because now Knight Rider, he's getting forced down to 1300 credits, and Deathmaker, he's only has 1700. If by any chance that they lose this round, it's gonna be all over for them.
Godlike definitely playing on the very brink. And it's going to be very difficult for them if they do give match point to Aya. But the fact that they've won back-to-back rounds now, the fact that they have all of their ultimates ready, it does feel like Godlike now starting to get that
Revealing
confidence back that you really expect them to have initially. Now going for the push towards that B side, the recall does tell Godlike that Aya Gaming likely playing towards that CT and market area. Godlike, they're just gonna play it slow, take mid control here, and that with that mid control, he'll take down Titan, and that's market and pizza control over to Godlike Esports. I want to see them use this control to now rotate towards A side. The Omen ultimate though coming out from Pokey, he's going for one of the most like unexpected places, because while this is one of the most obvious Omen ultimates, it's something we rarely get to see in competitive play. Pokey going for the ultimate flank. He's not gonna find anything. Godlike, they just made their way onto A side. Pokey leaving it open.
The reverse mind games coming out from the side of GODLIKE, and they're like, I know how your guys are playing. We know for a fact that you love to go in for these reverse rotation plays. You love to get into our backline, and we're going to be using that against you. But it seems as though the entirety of the team is going to be opting to go for a save, knowing that their economy has taken a massive hit. And this is really smart, because the person that did die, Titan, he does have the loss streak bonus on his side, so he's going to be actually able to get a gun in the following round. But this is very important that GODLIKE, they go and hunt down these members. If they're not able to hunt them down, it is going to be really difficult for them to win the following rounds. They need to make sure they make an economic dent to the entirety of the side of Aya Gaming, but it seems as though no one's going to be giving any form of a peek, any form of an advantage to them. And that was a beautiful round coming up from the side of Aya Gaming. Them surviving, yes, the spike went boom, yes, the GODLIKE got another round, but they were able to keep their guns, and GODLIKE, they have no advantage moving forward into this following round.
Yeah, but I mean, if you dare to go and tell Godlike, you know what, you're gonna get this round, but I are gonna keep 4 guns, they'd be like, yeah, we'll take it. We get 3-round win streak now, and we're gonna push slowly but surely towards our comeback. While Godlike would have liked to hunt those guns down, they will be happy that they're still back, able to secure and yet another round. And the fact that they still have the 5 ultimates to their names means that they can go for a fast side execute and then play on the basis of that Sova ultimate. It seems like they're doing just that. Now the smoke's coming out towards the door angle on A, and now with another I'm expecting towards Heaven. It will be Godlike going for that A side execute. The paranoia to set up the dash, and in goes Godlike, gets the control of the side. They just need to get a pick and then look for a plant, and then they can play for the post plant with the Hunter's Fury on Shivi. Not able to get the plant just yet, so all of Aya here already. The boombot coming out, and now with the paranoia, Pokey looking to push in. Will not find anything just yet. Both of the teams at the Mexican standoff, but is Pokey playing under hell, being that devil, will find the 2 kills. That maker though right next to him will find 2 more, and here White House will find one to give Godlike the advantage. Not for long though, Pasha, he finds that kill, and now it's just 2v2 on the map. With
Spike
the kills
planted.
down, White House, he'll get the plant off. Shivi will just play it safe, wait for the diffuse play on his side.
That was a beautiful arrow coming out from the side of Tito, but Arsha, he's probably gonna get caught up, but no
enemy
peak ceremony
remaining.
coming out just yet. It's gonna be White Horse fighting one. Tito is gonna be going up against the entire world, but it's not gonna be enough as White Horse, he has the god level positioning and the god level strats on his side, getting that tag onto one and then immediately going into the under heaven side, making sure his position is not really known, rotating around constantly to make sure that they're gonna be constantly guessing where he's gonna be last.
Right
That was
here.
a beautiful round indeed, coming out from the side of GODLIKE, from the side of GODLIKE, to take away rounds one by one. And here is where the lead is going to be cemented. This time, it's going to be Aya Gaming forced on the eco round on the side of defense.
8 Aya forced onto an eco will give Godlike a chance to really use the stage to get some breathing room for themselves. Godlike, they're going for that mid control doing that. They're gonna find Badman, take him down, and now establish mid control for themselves with White House having taken control of B main. That's a free B side for Godlike. Shivi running for his life so that he doesn't get caught by the flank. Will be able to get away in time. Now just has to establish himself in a corner here and wait for Aya Gaming to just fall into his hands and get those multi-kills. He's gonna find the Sova first, take down Tito. Looking for more, it's gonna be Titan taking him down. But Shivi, he did his job. He created a lot of time. The amount of time created by Shivi, allowing Godlike Godlike now to funnel into post plants. 3 members of Godlike towards B main, denying any entrance for Aya Gaming into the site.
It's really nicely done by them. But this, in turn as well, means that they're not really be getting a lot of guns. It's gonna be Titan going in for the peak. But Deathmaker, he has the perfect off angle to just clean them all up. And that was a beautiful round indeed, coming out by the side of the attackers. And again, the lead is getting closer and closer. 9-11 is the scoreline. It seems as though Godlike, a fire has been lit under them and the fighting spirit is back. They're looking to fight harder than ever, and they're going to be taking us probably to a match overtime or an entire map closing where they have won how many rounds in a row consecutively? They went from 6 now to 9. They're just going to keep on winning, it seems.
I think it went from 4? Yeah, because they lost the first 2 rounds in the pistol and the anti-eco, and then they picked up round after round from Magic number 4 all the way to 9. Now on that 5-round win streak, the Hunter's Fury will come out for Godlike. Shivi looking for their tags, hasn't found anything yet. Can he find one? Will not find one. Let's create a bunch of pressure though, and that allows Godlike to take mid control. And a really nicely timed shock dart will do a bit of damage to Poki. Now Godlike, they have the chance to win this round and make it, give themselves a chance to make it 11-11, forcing Aya into the eco into the next. They're looking to that with the B-side push. A beautiful Leer coming out to deny Pasha his sightline. Deathmaker will find the first kill, but Poki like that to trade one and he'll find another onto Shivi. Poki getting the advantage for Godlike, for Aya, I mean. And now White Horse and Knight Rider, though, the dynamic duo coming in will find a kill each for Godlike and secure the advantage as well as secure the site. Godlike, they're able to get the spike plant, and now Knight Rider, he's waiting in the boathouse with Scar waiting in the B main angle for Aya to go on this 2v3.
But still, Titan, he does have that showstopper. He spots on one and he's gonna be able to get that kill, but he does get stuck on the roof a tiny little bit. And he's not gonna be able to get that reverse frag off onto Knight Rider, who had a beautiful positioning down in the back of boathouse. And these rounds are just so well executed, and finally it seems as though we are seeing the Godlike that we know and love, ladies and gentlemen. The fast executes, the well-coordinated team plan, and everything is coming down to the table. Everything that should come down to the table is coming down as of right now. And it seems as though Godlike, they're like, nope, we are not losing this. We are not going to be going down into the lower brackets, and we're going to be forcing you into game number 3.
To see if they can do that, but chat, you tell us what you think is gonna happen. You think if Godlike gonna take us to map 3 or even take us to overtime here, put hashtag Dilsay Godlike in the chat. But if you think Aya can just recollect themselves and just bring that fighting spirit, go like, yeah, and bring back the round for themselves, close off this series, is hashtag yeah in the chat. Show us your support for either of these teams and show us exactly who you think will be able to pull it back. Will it be a comeback or will it be a deny for either team? Right now it's 11-10. I think both of the teams taking just a small breather to just sort of resettle themselves, keep their emotions in check as they look to make sure that they don't give away any unnecessary advantages. But for Godlike, they have the eco advantage aggressive. So going into the next round, they should be able to make it even. If Aya are able to pick out a thrifty round, not only do they get the match point, but a momentum from a thrifty round would just completely decimate Godlike's tempo.
They're looking to hold strong for as long as they can, but it seems as if there's already going to be another fast push coming out. Knight Rider, he's going to be able to find 3 already, but Ditto, he answers back with his own Hunter's Fury. This is, of course, a forced buy round coming out from the side of Aya Gaming, because they don't really have a lot of money to work with moving forward. They use it to buy what they can, but still already with 3 members going down to the hands of Knight Rider, this is going to be looking grim as Ditto and Pokies, they're slowly making their way towards the side of a lonely Knight Rider, holding down the A main angle, but he's probably gonna get caught off guard. He doesn't know their exact positionings just yet, but already he heard a sound in the background. But Knight Rider, he's not looking at the sound he's not looking for where the sound came from. He may just get caught off guard, but they're playing Ring Around the Rosie, and they're gonna be able to find 1 kill on the Knight Rider. That's all the information in the world that they needed. They know exactly where the last remaining members are. Pokies, he's going in for the ultimate, going outside of B main, trying to be as sneaky as possible. But he's probably going to get caught out, and yes, he does. Whitehorse is going to be able to get that kill, forcing Pokies in a 1 versus 3 scenario. Does get spotted out by the camera as well. Let's see, this is the Godlike. They have everything under control, as this is going to be going to an 11-11 scoreline.
11 to 11 is all but guaranteed. Pokey, his position is revealed. He just has to go for the save. Was even get revealed by the Trapfire, and now Godlike looking for the hunt. I think Stargard should be able to take him down. That's 11 to 11 on the scoreline for Godlike. What a comeback they've made so far. Deathmaker with 26. Knight Rider especially really coming online. I mean, don't get me wrong, I was expecting Deathmaker to be able to pull out this kind of force for Godlike Esports, and he's delivered on that expectation. But Knight Rider, he's really surprised me with the way he's able to just sort of light the fire in himself and make sure that he's there for his team when it is necessary. When the time gets tough, Knight Rider, there's someone you can rely on with his co-duelist and Deathmaker. 26 kills, 20 kills, both of these duelists doing phenomenally, and it's these duelists who have their ultimates ready for Godlike Esports in this round. With the Empress, Deathmaker, he's already made Aya fear him. He will make them cover, and we'll have to see if they can use that properly. But now Pasha with the off, he's able to take one down, but not before she was able to find one. Pulls out the blade storm. Pasha, he's getting rushed from there. He's able to throw out the smoke and buy some time though. But Whitehouse, he gets a kill and gets his neural theft ready. Is able to get the information for Godlike Esports. Badman is able to take him down, but the information still delivered for Godlike, and Godlike now using that information to move towards that mid angle, gain control of the catwalk area, and find the rotate onto Garden. Yeah, it seems like they might just be baiting themselves. They're expecting a B-side rotate through a mid push, and they're looking in that angle, but getting off that Garden might end up costing them a lot, because now Godlike pushing in through the Garden, but Titan and Pasha coming back on time, able to take down Knight Rider. Godlike left in a very bad situation. Stargard pushing through Garden, now he has two members right above him. He'll find one, will not be able to find the other. Pasha misses his shot, and now Stargard and Garden with the 1v1 against Pasha. Pasha with the Blaze Storm moving in aggressively. Pasha able to take him down, and Shivi, last man standing for Godlike Esports. 1v2 against Pasha and Badman. Both of them have their ultimate ready. Badman just needs to find a corpse and get that ultimate through.
He's gonna be able to find that ultimate. They know exactly where Shivi is, and he does get caught out by the swing coming out from the side of Batman. And that is what you should always do, ladies and gentlemen. When you know for a fact that the person is sitting up at somewhere, if you have the information, always go in for the swing. And Batman, he does just that, throwing off any form of chance that Shivi had to go and react to him in those kind of scenarios. And this is gonna be match point for the side of Aya Gaming. They've cracked the code and finally stop the momentum from the side of Godlike. But this is very much possible for Godlike to go into overtime. They have the money, they have the economy, they have everything under their table. And now is where the crunch time begins. Will they be able to do it, or will they crumble under the pressure?
To see, because yeah, even though Godlike are able to pull off an insane comeback, get to that 11 score mark, it's who's able to secure match point, and Godlike now left fighting for overtime for themselves. They did have to use a couple of ultimates to pull that round off. So Godlike, they do have the Blade Storm and the Empress ready. And I really do feel like Deathmaker, he just needs to get the Empress going. Get one kill. If he can get one kill, the havoc he can cross with that ultimate would be absolutely clutch to Godlike finding the overtime in this map. But now Godlike spread themselves out. Shivi towards A main, Scargod and Knight Rider lurking towards mid, and Deathmaker and White Horse going towards that B main angle, looking for the picks. But Pokey playing his own luck. He'll find the first kill, he'll find the spike, and now will reposition himself, looking for more. Match point for Aya Gaming. They're looking really strong. The Empress will come out for TM, but he just gets tagged really low. Whitehouse, he's able to find a kill and use his cages to get out of there. But Titan with the grenade takes down DM, and that's the advantage for Aya Gaming. Whitehouse, he needs to find this kill, and he will do just that. Secure and even Steven. Shivi with another, meaning now Godlike with the advantage, and Knight Rider with the third, meaning Godlike in a 3v1. But Titan able to fight back, making 1v2. Shivi though, he's right there, will secure the last kill, and it's overtime, baby. Let's go.
Switching sides.
It's happening, it's happening. Godlike, they are turned on, and they are coming in hard. They are shutting down anything that Aya Gaming is bringing down to the table. And this is the Godlike that we know and love, ladies and gentlemen. They're finally here, then finally putting up a show. They're probably going to be going into match number 3 if this keeps on going, but it seems like Godlike, they need to keep this momentum moving forward in the following rounds. Otherwise, it's going to be all over for them. We're going to be seeing another tactical pause coming out. Probably Godlike, they're like, we need to together and be like, okay, guys, huddle up. This is our huddle. We gotta do our team chant, and we gotta be going in hard. We're gonna be catching the entirety of Aya Gaming off guard, and we're gonna be showing them why we are the gods and they are the mortals. Aya Gaming, they're gonna be in the receiving end of a lot of pain. And it's gonna be really difficult unless they bring their mojo back. Aya Gaming, they were able to do what they can initially, but now that all of their strats seem to have run dry and godlike, their strat book is just increasing by them building up counter strategies immediately on the fly. Aya Gaming need to do the same, otherwise it's gonna be a loss for them in this map.
Yeah, for sure. Godlike, I will say that given the fact that Godlike, not just as a team, but in these players themselves, they've been in this high pressure environment. They do have that mental fortitude to be able to pull off comebacks like they did in this map, but also be able to stay strong when going into overtimes. Yeah, we've never really seen them together as a team here, so this will be a test of their mental. We'll see if they can hold strong and come back with the win of their own to secure the series. But Godlike, they're going for that fast side hold over here at A, and Aya going for the fast side push. They just get decimated. Godlike predicting that A side push from Aya. Aya going for the fast execute.
Switching
just get
sides.
caught off in this
Match
crossfire
point.
between Deathmaker and Whitehorse. Just get decimated, and that's Godlike with match point.
That is absolutely beautiful, the way that Deathmaker made this happen. Because look at it like this. No one really wanted to push through that cyber cage, and only the two duelists went in. And the two duelists were like absolutely alone. They cannot check this left corner on their own, because this is what happens when you don't have a flash when it comes to the attacking half. The Rays did fly in. Yes, a lot of side control was established, but no one was there to check that right cubby. No one could enter because of the cyber case. They were way too scared to do so. And that is what Godlike were able to abuse, the small nitty-gritties of the mission that was coming out from them. But Batman, he made the absolute smoke criminal. He fights 3 with Titan fighting 1 on his own as well. Shimmy, he's gonna be in the hard place right now with Titan going in for the satchel play, boosting himself forward. A beautiful peak
Switching
nonetheless.
sides. Overtime.
An absolutely amazing round. First of all, we see a slaughterhouse coming up from the side of Godlike. Now we see a slaughterhouse coming up from the side of Aya Gaming. Both of these teams are fighting neck and neck.
That was a hashtag feels badman for Godlike Esports.
My
able
God,
to just push in through that B-way, through that cage. Just destroying Godlike. The ability to control his aim while finding the speed transfers from one person to
Revealing
another
area.
and finding the headshots while doing that. Badman on point, refusing to bow down to the match point of Godlike Esports, bringing us to overtime 2 here, and a chance for Aya to take match point for themselves. But Aya, they're once again going for the east side push, but Godlike this time not ready with the crossfires. Will mean Aya able to take side control, and now the attackers looking to get into their post-spam positions. The Batman through the door, finding the first kill, setting up his cage to move into garden. Batman looking for another, will just get tagged and have to move back. Now, the attackers, they're in a really good position. They have the spike planted, they have the post-plant situation. So Godlike in a 4v4 with Deathmaker getting that kill, and Nightrider with another. Godlike on that retake.
They do have the retake on their side moving forward, but at the same time, this is going to be really difficult as well. Pokey's, he finds one. He's not going to get caught out of that corner just yet. Pokey's, he finds a second. Tiddo, he's going to be going up into this in a 1v2 scenario, but they're all so low, and Tiddo, he's so healthy. Jimmy needs to hit this headshot, otherwise it's going to be all over, and Tiddo coming in with the classic right clicks. He gets the headshot to shut down Jimmy. And a beautiful
Switching
round
sides.
coming out from the side
Match
of Aya
point.
Gaming. They're able to take this attacking round away, and now on the defensive half, the round that they were most dominant in, let's see what Godlike are really bringing down to the table, and will they be able to hold off to take us to another overtime possibly.
Nito, you absolute madman. 1v2 finds the first kill on Discord, pulls out that prime classic, finds the headshot onto Chivy, and Tito, oh my god, what a
Revealing
play
area.
to secure this match point for Aya Gaming. These teams back refusing to give each other ground.
My
Batman
God!
looking for the hit.
No!
Batman looking for his ace, pulls out the neural tap, but Batman,
Defenders
oh my
win.
god, that certainly feels Batman. 15 to 13, that's Aya Gaming securing map 2. Same damn position. position again. Batman just refusing to give up site A. Aya Gaming 2-0. They'll move on to the upper bracket semifinals.
I think I know how to play Cypher from now on when it comes to the map of Ascent. Bro, what the hell was that? Batman is absolutely an insane madman. This guy, this guy is absolutely insane, and I cannot tell you what I just witnessed. This happened about 4 times during this entire match. Batman did this 4 freaking times, and it seems as though Godlike, they didn't learn the lesson from the first time. They're like, nah, he's not gonna do it this time. He's probably gonna respect us after what happened. But Batman is like, nope. I got my own thing in my mind. I have my aim. I have my confidence. I'm going to be shutting you guys down here, and there's no way you're going to be able to kill me.
What an amazing map too between both of these top tier teams, but it's Aya finding a 2-0 win over Godlike Esports to secure their spot in the upper bracket semifinals. The sky is really the limit for this team, and I know they'll be ecstatic about this win for themselves. But for us, we have plenty to talk about with how this map went out, and we'll do that with the Relive the Moment, brought to you by Ideapad Gaming 3 Notebook, powered by Ryzen 4000 series processors, perfect for gaming and multitasking. Oh my god, coming into this series for me, like, I assumed that Godlike, they're this team that have these big superstars. They're this team that've been around together, at least the 4 of them who are in Godlike without Devmaker. They've been together as a team for a couple of series, so they have to have that extra synergy. Therefore, they're automatically considered those favorites in this matchup. But Aya, they're like, it doesn't matter if you have time on your side, because what we do have is that understanding between each other. The synergy coming out for Aya, absolutely on point. Every single player showing up. We already saw Batman in previous series be that consistent player for them, but today every single one of them showed up. And then Batman, of course, it has to be him finding those 4Ks out of nowhere through the cage. Batman, you might as well call him the new cage criminal, because the way he's playing around those cages, god damn, it's phenomenal.
He's probably the only Cypher that we have ever seen use his cages in such an aggressive manner, and we actually be able to pull this off. There is a lot of these tournament calls coming out, let's say, talking about first strike. When we see a person such as Dapper, the way he uses his cage, this was very reminiscent of what I saw there. Throwing a person inside of the cage, using the cage as a way of getting a lot of these multi-kills, a lot of these kills to showcase the potential that Cypher has when it comes to being a much more of the aggressive sentinel. Batman just bringing it all down to the table, and it's something that we should all learn as well. Batman being the boogeyman of the cages. I'm pretty sure that down in the lower brackets, Godlike, they're never going to push through a single cage ever again in their lives.
Yeah, definitely. This will be for Godlike a wake-up call for sure. Because I will say, Godlike, they fought really, really hard. A beautiful comeback for them in map 2 and almost picking up the map for themselves in overtime. Godlike, they've definitely shown us that you cannot count them out whatsoever, and we will be seeing more of them as they move on to the lower bracket. A chance for them to fight their way back. And I say this for every team that is relatively new. Pushing into the lower bracket is just a chance to get those extra matches, get that extra time and experience to build up your synergy, and that's what I'm going to look at Godlike the next time we see them. If they take this loss, not to their heart, but to their board and come back stronger for it, learn from it and be stronger for it, that's what I'm expecting from a top tier team like Godlike Esports. But for now, let's celebrate the fact that Aya were able to give us an entertaining set of matches and able to take the 2-0 win to move on to the upper bracket semifinals. Well done to all players of Aya. They booked their spot in the upper bracket semifinals and basically booked their spot in the top 6 part of the tournament. That's something to be proud of. For now, we'll take a small break and we'll be back with another series today. Later today, it will be between Velocity Gaming and Tryouts. And it's just
An amazing
basically
one.
the same storyline as this. It's the top tier team on one side with Velocity and these upcoming team on the other side with Tryouts. So I'm expecting just as entertaining a set of matches, and I'm sure I won't be disappointed. For now, make sure you check out the links in the description. Make sure you also follow our social media, because that's exactly where we give all the updates to what is happening with the Esports Club and what is the schedule for all the matches. Make sure you like the stream, because I know you all enjoyed that set of matches. And also get your notifications bell on so you can catch up with the stream every single time we go live. We'll see you really soon with the matchup between Velocity Gaming and Tryouts with the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 5, powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD.
And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang